Have you ever wondered why some men seem to effortlessly attract women, while others, despite their best efforts, just can't seem to make a lasting impression? It's a common puzzle, isn't it? For too long, dating advice has swung between either being overly simplistic or, frankly, downright manipulative. But here's the real secret. It's not about playing games, and it's certainly not about using dark psychology. The true key lies in understanding fundamental human psychology, cultivating genuine emotional connection, and knowing what truly makes a woman feel seen, valued, and genuinely drawn to you. Today, I'm going to share 10 powerful, yet entirely ethical psychological techniques that can genuinely make a woman see you as more attractive, more intriguing, and ultimately more irresistible. We're talking about building authentic connections, not temporary illusions. These aren't tricks to get her. They're insights to help you be the kind of man she naturally feels drawn to, without ever crossing into manipulation or toxicity. Let's dive in. The power of mystery and scarcity. Our brains are fascinating, aren't they? They're hardwired to chase what they can't fully have, to solve puzzles, to explore the unknown. Think about a brilliant novel or a captivating movie. They don't give you the entire plot in the first 5 minutes. They unfold, reveal layers, and leave you wanting more. It's the same principle here. Instead of laying out your entire life story, your resume, and your deepest fears on the first encounter, leave a little room for curiosity. Share intriguing pieces about yourself gradually, like a fascinating story that's still unfolding. This isn't about being cagey or dishonest. It's about packing. It keeps her engaged, keeps her guessing a little, and most importantly, it keeps her wanting to know more about the compelling man in front of her. Imagine a conversation where you hint at an exciting passion or a unique experience without fully detailing it, inviting her to ask, "Tell me more about that." That's the sweet spot. Emotional spiking. Monotony, my friends, is the silent killer of attraction. Think about it. A flatline conversation is about as exciting as watching paint dry. We crave stimulation, emotional variety. To be truly memorable and attractive, you need to create emotional spikes in your interactions. What does this mean? It's about moving beyond just factual information. It's about incorporating playful teasing, a dash of unexpected humor, perhaps a slightly controversial opinion, delivered respectfully, of course, and then seamlessly transitioning into moments of deeper, more meaningful conversation. This roller coaster of emotions, from lighthearted fun to genuine connection, makes her associate you with excitement, intrigue, and a full spectrum of positive feelings, rather than just polite boredom. She'll leave thinking, "Wow, that was a really engaging conversation," because you've tapped into her emotional landscape. The addictive effect. This one sounds a bit controversial on the surface, but it's pure human psychology and incredibly powerful when used ethically. Think about a slot machine. Why are they so addictive? Because the rewards are unpredictable. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. That unpredictability keeps us coming back for more. In the context of attraction, this translates to intermittent reinforcement. Don't always be instantly available, always agreeable, or always initiating. Mix your warmth and attentiveness with moments of genuine independence and focus on your own life. For instance, if you usually text back immediately, occasionally take a couple of hours. If you always suggest the next date, sometimes let her come up with an idea. This isn't about playing hard to get. It's about demonstrating that you have a full, interesting life outside of her. When your attention does come, it feels more valuable, more earned, and she'll start wondering about you more, investing more thought into your interactions because you're not a guaranteed constant. The mirror effect. This is a classic in psychology for a reason. People inherently like those who are like them. It creates a sense of familiarity, comfort, and shared understanding. The mirror effect is about subtly, almost imperceptibly, mirroring her body language, her speech patterns, and even some of her core values. If she leans in slightly, you can subtly do the same a few moments later. If she uses a particular phrase, you might incorporate something similar later in the conversation. If she speaks at a certain pace, try to match it. This isn't about being a parrot, It's about attuning yourself to her. When done naturally and subtly, it creates an unconscious bond, a feeling of we're on the same wavelength, which is a powerful foundation for rapport and attraction. She'll feel an immediate, almost inexplicable connection to you because you're reflecting her back to herself. Deep emotional connection. True, lasting attraction goes far beyond superficial pleasantries. It taps into our fundamental human need for connection and understanding. This is where deep emotional connection comes in, often facilitated by what I call the secret sharing technique. This isn't about spilling your deepest, darkest secrets on a first date, but about creating a safe space for genuine vulnerability. Ask open-ended, deeper questions that invite more than a yes or no answer. What's something you're truly passionate about? Or what's a dream you've always had? Then, and this is crucial, listen intently. Make her feel truly heard and understood. When you share an appropriate vulnerability of your own, a small fear, a personal aspiration, a challenge you've overcome, you invite her to reciprocate. This mutual sharing builds profound trust and creates an emotional attachment that's far more powerful than any superficial attraction. The hero instinct trigger. While modern women are independent and capable as they should be, there's a deep-seated human desire to feel appreciated, respected, and even needed in a meaningful way. This is often referred to as the hero instinct. It's not about her needing saving, but about you making her feel like an invaluable part of your world. How do you do this? It's simple, yet profound. Notice her efforts, whether it's her ambition at work, her creative passion, or her kindness to others. Appreciate her unique qualities. Let her know, genuinely, how her presence or her insights positively impact your life. Maybe you ask for her perspective on a problem you're facing, showing you value her intellect. Or you genuinely thank her for her support. When you make her feel truly seen, valued, and that she contributes something unique and important to your world, it triggers a powerful emotional response that strengthens her attraction to you. The scarcity principle. This ties into the earlier point about intermittent reinforcement, but focuses more on your overall life and self-perception. If you're always at her beck and call, if your entire schedule revolves around her, you inadvertently signal that you have little else going on. And frankly, that's not very attractive. People value what is perceived as scarce or high value. To embody the scarcity principle ethically, focus on having a rich, fulfilling life outside of her. Pursue your passions, invest in your friendships, work on your career, hit the gym. When you have a life that is genuinely exciting and meaningful to you, it makes you inherently more desirable. Your time becomes more valuable and your presence more cherished. You're not playing games. You're simply living a compelling life that naturally makes you a more attractive and sought-after individual. This confident self-sufficiency is a massive turn-on. The power of touch. Physical touch is a fundamental human need and a powerful tool for building intimacy and attraction, but it must be used with respect and proper timing. The power of touch is about building tension and connection gradually, consensually, and appropriately. Start with light, intentional touches. A brief touch on the arm when you make a point, a gentle hand on her lower back as you guide her through a doorway, a quick high five when something funny happens. These are non-threatening ways to break the touch barrier and establish a physical connection. As rapport grows, and if you sense positive receptivity, you can gradually escalate. The key is to be observant of her comfort level and respect her boundaries. This slow, deliberate escalation creates anticipation and builds a subconscious sense of intimacy and physical attraction. It's about creating a comfortable physical presence that makes her feel safe and drawn to your touch. The unfinished business effect. Think about your favorite TV series. Why do you eagerly await the next episode? Because they always end on a cliffhanger, leaving you with unfinished business. This psychological principle is incredibly effective in dating. Instead of dragging out conversations or dates until they fizzle out and you're both bored, aim to end them on a high note, leaving her wanting more. Finish a call when the conversation is still lively and engaging. End a date when you're both still laughing and genuinely enjoying yourselves. This creates a psychological loop in her mind. She'll replay the positive interaction, craving the next one. It ensures she's excited for your next meeting, rather than feeling drained. Always leave her with a positive memory and a desire for more of your company. Confidence and self-assurance. Finally, we arrive at what is arguably the most powerful attraction magnet of all: confidence and self-assurance. You can employ all the techniques we've discussed, but if you don't genuinely believe in your own worth, they'll fall flat. Nothing is more attractive than a man who knows who he is, accepts his flaws, celebrates his strength,